Hello, my name is Jeremy Bream, and this is my review of the Google Incorporated results and operations of 2013. First, we'll review the trends. As we can see, the segment review for the websites, network, member sites, and hardware, the, the generated revenues for the timeframes from 2011 to 2012 and 2013. We see the most generated revenue from websites, the network member sites, and also there's a minor revenue supported by the hardware, which is the Motorola products and whatnot, but overall not as significant as the websites and network member sites. And this value is represented within millions of dollars. Here we also see the trend where it is broken down between the Google website advertisement campaign and also by the hardware campaign, being that the top one represented by percent per year. As you can see, there's a little bit of fluctuation during September and November 2012, but overall, advertisement revenue constitutes more market share than the hardware portion of the company's profit revenues, and this display is also in percentage. For the total revenue from 2011 was almost 38,900 correction 37,905 million, as they're represented in millions of dollars. 2012 it was 50,175 million, and in 2013 59,825 million. As you can see, we're seeing a positive trend over the last 3-year performance period. Costs and expenses, the basic indicators of the industrial activity. From the pie chart below, we see that the Google advertising constituted 36.8% of the overall revenue. Sales and marketing constituted 12%. Motorola Mobile came in at a mere 6.5%, or research and development constituted 13.3%. And for the overall of 76.7% of its costs and expenses. Here we're going to view the geographic distributions. Overall, there's 3 main markets that Google performs in that they report upon. First one being the United States, second the United Kingdom, and a third being the rest of the world being aggregated into its performance. Over the 3-year period, the United States performed at 46% during 2011, 46% again in 2012, and 45% in 2013, showing a 1% downfall in the last year. For the United Kingdom, performance is only 11% for 2011, 11% for 2012, and also another drop during 2013 of 10%. Whereas we saw a rise in 2013 for the rest of the world, where in 2013 it came in at 45%, with 2011 being 43% for 2011 and 2012. For consolidated revenues by percentage, we see similar correlations between the two. For the United States and United Kingdom both, we saw a drop from 2012 to 2013 by 1 to 2%, whereas the rest of the world saw an increase of 3%. Here we see the segment revenue changes. From 2011 to 2012, Google segment revenues increased by $8.13 billion. This change was being driven by increased revenues from the Google websites and Google network member sites. The changes in paid clicks on average and cost per click directly correlated with the rate of changes in revenues. The ability to monetize from the increased traffic due to improvements was stemming from enhancing the end user experience. This end user experience incorporates things that suggestions for specific services or products based on web patterns and habits. From 2012 to 2013, the segment review revenues for Google increased by 9.5 billion. These changes also stem from increased advertising revenues by the websites and network members' websites. Higher sales related to digital content and hardware products. During this time frame, paid clicks through advertising programs and from sites increased approximately 25%. The impact from paid clicks costs were partially offset by the decrease in the average cost per click by Google's advertisers. In summary, speculation, top candidate would be the advertising section, as for all 3 years, Google's websites and network members' websites generated the most amount of positive revenue for each year. Advertising and paid clicks accounted for the most significant amount of total revenue for Google. And second, traffic monetization. Improvements to end-user interface and interaction directly resulted in increased revenue to advertising. Because of the improvements to the user as improvements to the better ad targeting to user needs and history, stemming from improvements to the end-user interface. Thirdly, Motorola's hardware. Being that there is such a small percentage of the market that is being sold, the 6 to 7% yield that is bringing in does not drive overall decisions as far as overall monetary revenue performance. These are references in which I got my information. Thank you for your time.